Thinking that opening your doors and having a flood of customers coming in is what's going to save your business in 2020 is one of the most common mistakes I see salon owners making right now. And I get it, there's people that are desperate for hair out there. There's lots of customers lining up, emailing, messaging, trying to get in with you. And so the thought of this, influx of people and all of the revenue that's going to bring into your business, you could fall into that trap of thinking that's going to help you be successful, help 2020, be pulled out of this pit of a hole that it has gone into for our industry. But I really want you to think about what successful salons would be doing right now to make sure that it's not just this opening influx that's going to provide you with ongoing revenue and ongoing sustainability and help your business survive what really has been a really challenging year, because ultimately there's lots of things to consider about strategy to make sure that your business is well positioned to survive, not just for the first couple of weeks, but for the first couple of months and then on into the next couple of years. So there's three things you really need to think about when it comes to being successful. What successful salons, what successful brands are doing right now to make sure that they are surviving. And you've really got to think about your mindset first. What is you as a salon owner? What's your mindset like? And what position have you got yourself in to make sure that what you're thinking and what you're attracting and what you're connecting with is the things that are going to really help your business elevate, and make sure that, when things come at you, you're in a position to be able to digest them, to process them, and then, correct. There's going to be a lot of that at the moment, a lot of, sort of absorbed, correct, change direction slightly, because what we have been thinking, the uncertainty, the way things are, who knows if it's going to pan out as we believe. We may open to a massive influx of clients in the first month and then have something happen in the world or something happen in our community that means we have to go back to more social distancing, less people in the salon, maybe a certain age group can't come in, maybe regions around us will shut down, maybe when we do open, the restrictions around what we've been having to put in means that our revenue is only really, really minor compared to what we're used to, a trickle coming in. Maybe we can only do one person at a time. The screens, the processes, everything is making us much less profitable than usual. So, having your mindset in a place that you can adapt, change, pivot, absorb, and not get thrown off task, because we've all been thrown off task and off our sort of balance a lot over the last couple of months. And one thing we thought was going to happen one day, the next day it was something different. We're told we're going to open in 2 weeks, then it's 4. Mindset, really, really important to try to make sure that you are doing the things you need to do to make sure that your mindset is in the right place, because you will be triggered, you will get anxious, you will still be frustrated. There's lots of things that can really affect how you're showing up. And what can you do about your mindset to know that you're going to be in the right place? Get and go and do the money mindset cheat sheet in the leadership library. Do your work on your profitability calculator, do the empowered leadership worksheet that's there. There's so many things in the leadership library that can really, really help you. Make sure that, I call it the checkup from the neck up. Make sure that, what's going on up here is really feeding your soul and feeding your ability to perform, that you've got that in a really good place. So that's the one thing. Make sure your mindset is in the right place. You really want to make sure that your motivation is right. You've got to be coming from that place of wanting to be of service. When you've got all these customers coming at you, you're feeling popular, you're feeling like you want to be able to serve them. It can also have a flip side, which we all know, is that it can be pressure, and that pressure can be overwhelming. Nothing we do is good enough. There's lots of sort of aspects to, that pressure that kind of makes our job difficult, because we want to serve at the highest. We want to give people our time. We want them to feel great, but we're going to be under a lot of pressure. And that's going, come from all angles. So, make sure that your motivation is the right place, that you've got that feeling of you're doing it for the right reason, that you're coming at it with, feeling proud and feeling generous, and that you've got all those really good things going on, so that your motivation for what you're doing is really, really clear. And then you've got to think about, your movement around what you're doing. So where are you going to be? Who are you going to be serving? As a business owner, what are you going to be doing with your time? Because, there's that real big pull at the moment to go in and throw the scissors on your fingers and stay there all day long. And I urge you not to do that, because there's going to be a lot of other tasks, a lot of management. So think about your movement around the salon, the way that you place yourself in your business, the strategy time that you're spending. Don't throw that out the window. All this thinking that you've been able to do over the last couple of months, planning, digesting, looking at your website, looking at your social media, looking at your brand identity, your social engagement marketing, all of the kind of things that you're doing. When you've had more time, you really want to make sure you hold on to that and still keep doing that. So think about your movement as a salon owner. Think about your motivation and how you're showing up and what's driving you to be successful, and really make sure that your mindset is right, because everything generates from you. You can, being the conductor of your orchestra is what you've got to be called to do right now, and everyone needs you to be playing a really fine tune. So if your salon's about to be opened, or you are opening and maybe there's a little bit of struggle going there because you're already feeling overwhelmed and pressured, spend some time just journaling on those 3 things. It really, really helps.